Part 3. I'm going to try and make this the final part if I can help it. So, cultural acceptance. Okay, so I believe in God. I'm a little probably more spiritual than most. And the thing is, before I got the job that I'm working at, my second father, an adopted father named James Shifley, the white guy, took me under his wing, did a lot of things with me, did a lot of things for me. We worked at this place called Independent Research Center. And a lady that works there now still, and I work there, um, she's very spiritual. And I had to speak to her because many, many years ago, before I got the job, I had a dream. I might have been working there. I'm not going to swear to it, but I may have been working there, may not have been working. But I was in my younger days, and I explained to her that I had a dream, and she was probably the only person that I probably could have talked to then. And when I still have these spiritual awakenings, I go talk to her because she's a little bit more understanding or receptive. I guess I don't really know how to explain it. I'm leaving her name off for a reason. I leave people important to me names off because I don't want them to think that I threw them under the political bus. So I talked to her about this dream I had. In this dream, there were three of me, and I will explain to you what she explained to me after I tell you about the dream. The long and short is there were three of me, and there was a bar. All right. So the Native American in me was sitting at the bar, getting my drink on. The white me and the black me broke into a fight. It was like a big ass kung fu brawl. It was like badass. It was like punching, kicking, and throwing all kinds of blows. And snake, and a crane, and a tiger, and everything was there. And I woke up that morning with tiger scratches on me. So the long and short is, I fought in my sleep. And I woke up scratching myself in my arm behind my back because in the fight, I black me, tiger clawed white me, and then put white me's arm in this move and then this move. So I woke up like this. I was like, wow, I could have committed seppuku in my sleep and never noticed. And I'm bleeding here because, yes, I have studied Tiger Claw. Anyway, so an American version of it, not the legit Tiger Claw, jack of all trades, master of none. So I went to work before I was working there, and I talked to her, and I said, I've had this dream, and there was three of me, each one of a different ethnicity of the core of who I am. And she's like, so what happened? I explained to her that the black me and the white me got to fighting, and the Native American me was just watching. She said, okay, well, here's how this works. You have only accepted one side of yourself, and the other two sides are constantly at war. I said, yeah, because black people and white people at the time of this were constantly at war. So once I've accepted all three of me, the dream stopped. Understand where I'm going? So not only did I have to learn how to accept myself and my cultures, I had to stop worrying about other people accepting me because most people, be black or be white, didn't really accept me, didn't really want anything to do with me. By the time we got to high school, I probably had maybe three friends of each ethnicity. I definitely had two black friends, for sure. They're still my bros to this day. I had a few white friends. I have no idea where they are, and I wish them well. And I had like maybe one Asian friend, maybe. But as I got through school and got out of school and met more Asian people, I have more Asian friends, but I don't know where they are right now either. But some of them helped me make movies, and thank you guys for that. I'm sorry that I failed you. And then, a lot of acceptance comes from accepting yourself for who you are. Now, biracial and multicultural kids, we aren't taught how to do that because we can accept ourselves by getting people in society to accept us. You have no many times someone has said something diabolical to me that was a half-breed joke. You have no many times somebody said something that was a compliment that was still laced in a half-breed joke. I'll tell you about the guy when I worked at Kegler's who wouldn't stop calling me Chief. Now, had he been calling me Scout, I probably wouldn't have been that pissed off. But he kept calling me Chief, and it became like his norm. It became his insult, and it started driving me fucking crazy. And I wanted to beat this guy's ass, but I was 16. And he was like 40-something, so it wouldn't have done me any good to attempt to fight a grown man, because I didn't think I could beat his ass, but I wanted to. As I got older, I kind of grew out of this hatred of being called Chief, or hatred of being called a nigger. Now, I will be honest, I don't like either one. I hate being called Chief more because as a kid, I was called the nigger maybe once or twice and reflexly acted, but I was called chief more, and it hurt my feelings more because I knew I'm not a descendant of a chief, and I will never be a chief of any tribe breathing. And I just kept hearing chief, chief, chief. Now I had people say positive things. Once was at Burger King, and a kid, this white kid, he was cool about it. He didn't like try to make it feel awkward or anything. And he goes, "Can I ask you a question?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure. What do you need, kid?" I was like, "You're some kind of Indian, right?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm actually half Cherokee." So he's like, "Okay, cool." And we shook hands, and it was no big deal. Now, for a lot of people, it's a big deal to ask somebody who is multicultural what their ethnicity is or their race is because it's an uncomfortable thing. Well, the only way you're going to know is to ask, and no matter how uncomfortable you are. Let me teach you how to ask before I end this video. So you're approaching someone who is like me, is multicultural, and you're not sure. You want to ask them, but you're afraid to ask them because you don't want to have an argument or debate. So here's what I say. Because I'm multicultural and I've had this done, and most people haven't done this the way I would prefer them to do it. Most people would just like be blunt, hey, dude, you mixed? And what are you mixed with? Now, if they come at you politely, hey man, can I please ask you a question? I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable, but are you mixed? That's a better way of doing it. But for me, you know what? I don't care how you approach me. If you want to know what I am, just ask. I'll tell you. So, but it's getting other people to accept you that has been the hardest part of being multicultural. Because, like I said, I've had more bad experience with black people than I have with white people. And and the thing with I guess it's more black pride or black mentality of we don't really like dealing with motherfuckers that don't look like us. Where white people are like, oh, fascinating. Now, I will explain this to you because I don't know what just happened on Days of Our Lives, but that was awesome. And that was me stepping on this thing. It was not a fart. The Anyway, so with black people and their mentality, it's more like hatred, racist kind of thing. And with white people, it's more like they're totally fascinated with mixed people, but yet they won't have mixed babies. And usually, with I'm going to have to make a fourth video. I can tell this is gonna overrun. with people who are constantly talking about mixed babies are so cute, mixed babies have the best hair, mixed babies this, mixed babies that, but yet they don't want to have mixed babies, but they like playing with mixed babies' hair, they like squeezing our cheeks, they like carrying us around and toting us and having fun with mixed babies because they can always give mixed babies back to the mixed parents who they say were mixed up in having us in the first place. Well, love has no color. It has no barriers. It has no gender. It has no definition on who you can and can't, should, and shouldn't fall in love with. Because if you're a homosexual man and you love another homosexual man, there's nothing wrong with that. That's your thing. Hey, knock yourself the fuck out. If you're a lesbian woman, I love lesbians. If I was a woman, I would be a lesbian. And secretly, as a man, we're all lesbians. So, if you're okay with that, then you do that. But love itself has no color barriers, has no eyesight. Love is what's on the inside and how that person makes you feel about yourself. And if that person loves you and you love you and that person loves themselves, you guys should be able to work things through. However, sometimes things like that doesn't always happen. And fairy tales are, as Adam Levine puts it, full of shit. But the thing with people who aren't mixed, you don't have too much to worry about, or if you're not as mixed as me, you don't have too much to worry about people accepting. If you're a darker skin of brown, like if you're actually this brown and not my high yellow or that in-between line brown, because there's like maybe 7 shades of blackness. Black people know what I'm talking about. So if you're a certain light brown, not like high yellow like me, black people tend to accept you more depending on what crowd of black people you hang with. Alright? Now I say that because when I hung with darker black people, it was like, oh, yeah, we got the banana boy, he's hanging with us today, or he's yellow. we don't really want him hanging with us, but we don't want to hurt his feelings, so we're not gonna fucking tell him. And then throughout time, I'm sorry to tell you guys this: if you are black and you are high yellow and you're American, like born over here, it's more than likely that you have a white ancestor somewhere down the line. Now, I haven't met too many dark African people either, so we can't really claim that because one of my friends who worked with me at the Colony Hotel was just as light as me, but he was full-blown African. He was over in an exchange program. I had another friend that was working at the university who was also African, and he was darker than him. Not like the kids in the exchange program who also was dark and African, and one of them had curly hair like me, who was the one who told me that I would never survive in Africa because they don't like half-breeds. And that's when I told him, oh, you ain't never got to pray about me going to Africa. Y'all sold us out. So, I have no need to go there. Plus, I only want to do Kung Fu movies, and I don't know if Africa makes Kung Fu movies. Now, I'm not knocking Africa. But this guy made me never want to go there. So, Africa, you can forgive me or you can kiss my ass. It doesn't really matter. Because I know who I am, and I'm going to do what I want to do. And as long as I don't come to your country, it probably won't be a problem. Now, if I get African famous and you welcome me there, that's different. I'm not going to get my hopes up on that because I know how bad things can go when you get your hopes up. Now, when it comes to other things, we as people need to learn how to accept people, alright? And we don't want to be the people that are going around, oh, you're such a cute baby because you're mixed. Oh, you're such an ugly baby because you're mixed. And mixed babies grow up to either be very pretty or very ugly. And the truth of the matter is, what you see as pretty may be ugly to someone else. And that's just the way the world works. There's nothing we can do to change people's minds about how they see us. We can only improve on our looks or what we want them to see. It varies from place to place and time to time. And the thing is, most people don't understand this stuff or they just don't give a damn. It's kind of a touch and go thing. Looks like I might not have to make a third or fourth video because I'm about to end this. I want you guys to understand in the powerful words of acceptance, people are people. It doesn't matter if you're black, Asian, white, you're human. And what matters is that we continue to thrive and exist and learn to work together. So I'm going to close with this. America is a place where people from another world came and took land from people who were here and assimilated them and made it with them and slaughtered them. And we all exist on the blood of the fallen. So when you look in the mirror and you see someone who doesn't look like other black people, accept yourself. When you go out and black people are like, hey brother, or hey half-breed, water off a duck's back. I've been doing it for 44 years. I'm used to it now. There's a lot of things that I didn't know about Native American history. There's a lot of things I'm still learning about Native American history. There's a lot of things that they don't teach you because the school curriculum does not allow them to teach you. And there's a lot of things that you will have to learn as time goes on. And the thing is that I like to preach this before I end videos. As a person of multiculturalness, I know that my black side is always under the microscope. And those are the only times that I'm ever ashamed to be black, when somebody else black does something fucking stupid. When it comes to Native Americans, there are a lot of Native Americans that, if anything, have done anything stupid. Those would be the ones in the gangs out west that's on the reservation, and instead of protecting their own, they're killing and raping their own. And that there will make me ashamed to be Native American, but I'm not from that tribe, so I don't have to worry about that. They're not Cherokee. And then, when it comes down to like other tribal stuff, and they poison us with alcohol, or they do other things, and tribal laws will make the wheels of justice spin. And then there's white people. When white people do stuff, it's kind of crazy that white people seem to not be ashamed of some of the things they do, and you get used to these things, and then you move forward and you try your damnedest to manifest a life worth living. So that's my thing for all of us. Let's try to manifest a life worth living. Let's cut back on the racism. Let's cut back on not accepting people who look like me. And let's write more stories so that people like me can have a job. I'm James Williams Jr. This is Comfort Habit number 2. Be seeing